Today's news, breaking, Running Man officially announces show will shut down.
It's not too late to buy a Christmas gift for a family, friend, or loved one with 2-day express shipping on these babies right here. This is a street scene that you painted of Korea. It just melts my heart, I'm not even kidding.
I love this painting.
It looks like a memory or a dream I've had or just some experience. Look at this, guys. Link in the top of the description box for all her paintings if you're interested in checking them out. It was announced today by PDs and staff of The Running Man that the show will officially shut down, the Korean variety show, this coming February 2017.
It's kind of sad.
I was a bit shocked by the news, but this wasn't totally unexpected because earlier on this year there were reports of viewer ratings being down and that the show would possibly be canceled then. This was in April.
Yes, they were going to try to restructure it, and due to some things that we will be talking about, that did not happen, and they chose to end Running Man instead.
Even though both you and I lived in Korea for a long time, I was not personally a big fan of this show, even though I realize its significance culturally over there for a lot of Korean people. I'm thinking also some of you are going to be very disappointed that you watch this on Mondays every Monday, and that it is one of the shows that you watch regularly when it comes to just Korean overall entertainment. But there was some controversy that happened just a few days ago. Do you want to go into that?
I will, but I want to note a little bit on what you said about the international community who's mostly watching these videos. Yes, Running Man is still very popular with the international crowd, but with the Korean crowd, ratings have been down and they're watching more 2 days, 1 night, which is another show, but unlike Running Man, which is an SBS show, that is a KBS show. So...
And I used to get those two shows mixed up as if they were the same show because they both do take place out in the field of Korea everywhere, all over the place. And 2 days, 1 night that was actually probably the show if I would pick the two. I wasn't even thinking they're separate shows on separate networks, but of course that they are.
And you would notice 2 days, 1 night because when you were traveling around Korea, a lot of different landmarks would say, this was a filming location for 2 days, 1 night. For those of you who don't even know what Running Man is, it is a television show on SBS, which is a Korean broadcasting station, and it's a comedic game reality variety type show. It's very comedic. You have a lot of comedians on the staff that are in the cast, and it's a reality show. It started off as kind of like The Amazing Race, where they'd have these different competitions and they were racing to do things, and then it turned more into a game variety show, and they were going to change that up again when all of this happened.
A couple quick things I'd like to mention. One, there is a lot of competition on Korean television for Korean audiences these days, so the fact that this has been airing for 7 years, this is very natural in television land around the world for shows to rise and fall and kind of lose popularity after so many seasons or so many years of airing. And the second thing, we are definitely noticing a big difference between what the Korean audience likes to watch in terms of their entertainment and what the international audience likes. Just referring to a video we made a few days ago, Twice is super popular over there. Twice is probably not the most popular K-pop group around the world.
Yeah.
But they definitely seem to be the most popular in Korea.
Yes, and to go to your first statement, yes, it's a very long-running show. It started in 2010, and they've had, for a majority, the same cast for this entire time, which is a long time to have the same people and see them all the time. The cast that was there for the entire thing is as follows: Yoo Jae-suk, Haha, Ji Suk-jin, Lee Kwang-soo, and Kim Jong-kook and Sung Ji-ho, who are the people, those latter two, that are at the center of all of this controversy. Other notable people that were in there include Gary and Sung Joong-ki, who some of you may be fans of.
I think it's Yoo Jae-suk. I'm pretty sure. He doesn't write it Roman way properly.
It is
suck.
Yoo Jae-suk. Yeah, thanks.
Suck.
Thank you. I wrote it in Romanized words.
Sorry, buddy.
My bad. Anyways, going back to Kim Jae-kook and Sung Ji-ho, they were recently fired, and this is why all of this is coming out. After being on the Running Man cast for the entire of Running Man so far, they got fired in pretty much one of the worst ways possible. Kim Jae-kook found out the day before they made the public announcement. And Song Ji-ho didn't even find out until they made the public announcement. Imagine working for a company for 7 years, being on television, and then one day you're watching the news and find out, oh, by the way, I got fired.
I think people who aren't involved in television or entertainment can find that shocking or somewhat disturbing that people who are actually the stars of shows don't find out until it's publicly announced. But that's commonplace. Not that it's the right way to do things business-wise. It's not. It's definitely going to create bad karma for the people who do it, I think. But that is not unusual.
Well, they tried to hire on Kang Ho-dong, who is a very popular comedian. He's got his own chain of kalbi restaurants, which is where you might know him. He does variety shows, and he's got a chubby round face, and he's got like the little mohawk.
He's the big wrestler dude.
Yeah. And they tried to hire him on, but he's friends with these people, and so he declined. And they were like, what are we gonna do now? Part of the reason that all of this went on is because they got a new PD.
Like he or she.
I'm not sure if it's a he or she.
We'll just say he effed everything up.
Yes, in March of 2016, the main PD of Running Man for all of these years left, and they got a new PD. There's been a lot of things that have happened since then. Gary was a long-running member of the show. He left in August or October, and then they fired these two randomly. Yeah.
Who's a fan of Running Man? Comments down below. Do you watch it regularly? Have you watched it before? Do you find it entertaining, maybe better than Korean dramas? Let us know.
Do you find it better than the regular variety shows on your television in your home country? I gotta say, I'm really proud of the other cast members who got together with the production crew and was like, listen, why don't we just end this now because of all this controversy? We've had a really great run. Let's just call it quits.
It's more than responsible of them to make that decision because it's a hard decision, especially since they're making money from that. So I admire those guys.
Yep.
Click the like button, you guys. Thank you so much for supporting us. Click the bell for notifications and don't forget to subscribe for more Hallyu Back news. That's it. We're out of here. Hasta luego.
Bye.